Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever watched a short video or heard a song and it just hits you with this perfect, specific mood? And you just think, wow, I want to create something that feels just like that. Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to deconstruct one of those feelings, piece by piece, and build a recipe so you can capture that vibe and create something that is, similar but entirely your own.
So it all starts with this one simple line. Happy birthday to me. It's from this beautiful animation by the channel Ghibli Days. And on the surface, okay, it's just someone celebrating by themselves. But underneath that, oh, there's a whole world of feeling. There's contentment. There's peace. It's this quiet moment of self-care. That one little line, that's the emotional heart of what we're going to unpack today.
So yeah, that's the big question, right? How do you bottle that lightning? How do you capture a feeling like this? Because it's not about just copying the story beat for beat. No way. It's about understanding the architecture of the feeling itself. And that's what this is all about, giving you the blueprint to create your own quiet, atmospheric moments.
The feeling we're talking about here is just so specific, isn't it? It's the vibe of a peaceful winter. It's that feeling of quiet solitude, but not loneliness. It's the simple joy of making something warm and delicious just for you. It's the comfort you get from a personal, mindful activity that kind of just shuts out all the noise from the rest of the world.
So what's the technique behind all this? Well, it's something called atmospheric storytelling. See, the power of that video doesn't come from some big dramatic plot. The story is told through the mood, through the gentle sounds, the quiet setting. The atmosphere is the story. It's a story about peace and ritual and taking care of yourself.
Okay, let's really get into it. To figure out how to make something similar, we've got to break the original down into its core ingredients. Seriously, think of it like a recipe. If we can figure out the key components, we can use them to cook up something totally new, but with that same delicious feeling.
And this is how we do it. This is how we take that abstract vibe and make it totally concrete. You'll find that pretty much every great atmospheric piece is built on these three pillars. The world it exists in, that's the atmosphere. The simple story it tells, that's the narrative. And all the little tangible details that make it feel real, those are the sensory details.
First up, the atmosphere. Where your story takes place is absolutely essential. The title of the original video tells you everything you need to know. A peaceful winter at my Riverside house. It's not just a house, it's my house. It's personal, it's contained, it's a sanctuary. And that right there creates this feeling of safety and intimacy, which is the foundation for the whole entire mood.
Okay, next up, the narrative. The story here isn't some epic quest. Its power is in how small and personal it is. Cooking warm Tantan Ramen for myself. The action is simple, it's solitary, and it's mindful. It's this beautiful act of care, done with real intention and purely for you. And finally, you've got the sensory details. These are the tiny little things that add texture and make it all feel real. When the ingredients are described as fresh from the farm, that does so much more than just describe food, right? It suggests quality and care and a connection to the world. It makes the entire scene feel so authentic and lived in. All right, so now that we have those ingredients, we can start to build our blueprint. We can pull out the underlying principles. See, this isn't about ramen or birthdays anymore. This is about the core concepts you can use to build your own story. This is the similar part of our similar but different equation.
So let's look at this. The big takeaway from the source example isn't a person is alone on their birthday. The real principle, the blueprint piece, is quiet solitude. It's that feeling of finding real peace and contentment just by being with yourself. And you can express that in a million different ways. A birthday is just one of them.
And it's the exact same thing for the narrative. It's not actually about the cooking. The principle is a mindful action, that careful, loving process of doing something for yourself. The specific task really doesn't matter as much as the intention behind it. That is the real engine that makes the whole story go.
And now, this is where it gets really fun, because you have the blueprint. So it's time to apply it to your own canvas, to your life, your experiences, your own quiet moments. This is how you create something that is deeply personal and truly different.
So let's think about that first blueprint principle, a contained, peaceful setting. What's your Riverside house? Is it a cozy attic? A quiet spot in your garden? Maybe it's your favorite corner in the local library. Your personal sanctuary. That's the stage for your story. And now for that second principle, a simple, mindful task. What's that personal ritual that you do just for you?
Maybe it's the methodical way you make your morning coffee, or maybe it's the time you spend tending to a plant, or just the simple act of writing in a journal. The key is that it's a genuine act of care. So, I'm going to ask you directly, what is your Tantan Ramen moment? What is that small, simple act of self-care that brings you a real sense of peace and contentment? Just identifying that moment, that's the very first step to telling your own amazing, atmospheric story.
So there you have it. You have the complete recipe. You understand the core ingredients, atmosphere, narrative, and sensory detail. And you've got the blueprint, quiet solitude, and a mindful action to build from. Your own quiet moment is out there, and it's just waiting for you to turn it into a story.
And please, never forget this. In a world that's always celebrating the loud and the big, there is such incredible power and beauty in the small and the quiet. Your personal moment of peace isn't just a feeling, it's a story. And it's a story that is absolutely worth telling.